This is the Sofirn If23. Upon unboxing, you'll find the manual, a C-type charging cable and a pocket clip, a lanyard and some O-rings, and the light itself, along with a 3.7 volt 5000 mAh 21700 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. The If23 is made of aluminum alloy, is IP68 water resistant up to 2 meters, has an impact rating of 1 meter, and weighs just under 200 grams or just under 7 ounces with the battery on board. I'll leave the tech specs from the manual on the screen now just in case I leave out any details, so pause the video here to see those details. During my runtime test starting in the 4000 lumen turbo mode, the If23 stepped down after about 2 minutes to an unspecified lower lumen output. It did that 3 times before finally turning off for a total runtime of 7 hours and 55 minutes. I even turned the side cob light on towards the end of the test to see if I could still use it even though the low battery indicator light was flashing. It literally lasted way longer than I expected and gave off usable light the entire time. During my thermal test in the 4000 lumen turbo mode, the If23 reached a max thermal output of 117 degrees Fahrenheit or 47 degrees Celsius after about 1.5 minutes of use. And during my recharge time test, using my MCA charger, the If23 took only 2 hours and 53 minutes to fully recharge from completely depleted. Now let's take a quick tour of the modes and general operation of the Sofirn If23.
This is the Sofirn If23. It's a really cool looking light. It's got a cob light here on the side that also doubles as an RGB light, and then it has a primary LED here on the top. It has a magnetic base in the back here, and you'll be able to work on your vehicle or whatever you wanted to do with that function there. It also has a C-type charging port here on the side, and that C-type doubles as not only a charging port for the light itself, but also doubles as a charging port for other devices. So if you have a C-type to C-type cable, you can go ahead and plug your cell phone into that C-type charging port, and you're going to be able to charge your phone up as shown here, which I think is an amazing feature. Now, a cool part that I love about this light is that you can use the RGB on the side, and that's what it looks like here, and you're going to be able to use that function in order to kind of create ambience for a room, or if you're going camping, or if you're just having some fun, or you know, just anything. So it also has the cob light there as well, and you're going to be able to adjust the outputs there, and then you have your primary LED as well for the main primary function. You have the ambidextrous clip here on the side, which is very useful, and overall it's got a nice metal button, and it's got a cool design, and it looks neat, and it's functional. So let's go into some of the modes here. Now, I'm not going to go into the very specifics of the modes, but I'm going to give you kind of the general basic operation here. So in order to use the primary light, you just press that side switch. It's going to kind of remember the last output that it was in. So there you go. Say we're in that medium mode, you turn it off, you turn it back on, it's going to be in that medium mode. If you're going to go ahead and go direct to moonlight, you hold down that side button there. That's your moonlight mode. You can do direct to turbo if you want to use the strobe. Press it twice, 1, 2, from turbo, and then press it again twice in a row. You're going to go over to that SOS mode, and then you press it twice again. It's going to bring you over to the beacon mode, which is a great function there as well. And then you just press it again, and it's going to bring you back to whatever mode you were in last. There is also, see how it's in stepping mode right now, how you step. If you press it 1, 2, 3, 4 while the light is on, you're going to be bringing yourself over to that ramping mode. It's going to go into turbo for a brief second, then you're going to hold the side button down, and you're going to be able to ramp down, and you're going to be able to ramp all the way back up, and then you can go ahead and press it 1, 2, 3, 4 times again. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to bring it over to that stepping mode again. So now you're in stepping mode. Whoops, what did I do? I'm making it freak out. Hold on. There is a lot to unpack with this light when it comes to the basic function of it. So bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we're finally in to the stepping mode again. Now remember, if you just accidentally press it a couple times, it's going to bring you somewhere else if you don't hit it the exact way it's supposed to be hit. The button is a little tricky, so you have to be direct with it. You have to actually press it with intention, with purpose. So if I wanted to jump into that cob mode, 1, 2, it's going to bring you to the cob mode. You're going to be able to hold it down. You could do stepping from there, or if you wanted to do ramping, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're in the ramping mode. It's going to jump into that turbo mode. You hold the button down. It's very, very slow. There we go. Hold it down, and now you're going to bring yourself down to that low mode. It's going to flash. Nope, there we go. And now you're in that low mode. You're going to hold it down again. It's going to bring you back up to the turbo mode. And if you're ramping and say you wanted to go directly to the turbo mode as well, and this is for the primary white light as well, just double click. It's going to bring you into that turbo. If you hold it down while it's off, it's going to bring you into that moonlight mode as well, and then you can turn it off again. And now I'm going to jump back into the primary light, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll bring it back over to the stepping, because for this demonstration purpose, I like to have it in the stepping mode. Now, if I wanted to use both the primary LED and the cob light, I just turn the light on, 1, 2, 3. It's going to bring you over to this, 1, 2, 3 again. It's going to bring you over to that, 1, 2, 3 again. It's going to turn on both the cob light and the primary, and you're going to be able to step both of those up as well. Now, you can also use the function, like I said before, with the ramping, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to jump into the turbo. Here we go. That's the ramping. And then you're going to hold it back, and then it's going to bring you back down. And that's what the ramping looks like there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're out of that ramping mode. We're back into that cycle stepping mode. And if you wanted to use the strobe or anything for the side, 1, 2, 1, 2, going to bring you into turbo, 1, 2 again. That's your strobe, 1, 2 again. That's your SOS, 1, 2 again. That's going to be your beacon, and then you turn it off. If you want to just use just the RGB light, 1, 2, 3, while the light is off, it's going to bring you over to the RGB light, and that's what it's going to look like when you're cycling through. And you're going to be able to ramp from one side to the other. So say if I wanted to put this in like a red mode here, and I bypass the red and I hit orange, I release it, and then I push it down again, hold it, and I can go back to the red mode as well. And then you just press the button to turn it off. There is no way to change the lumen output for the RGB light, as far as I know. If you guys find a way of doing that, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section below, but for the most part, I couldn't find anything in the manual. And finally, if you wanted to turn the light off and put it into lockout mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, while it's off, it's going to put that into the lockout mode. So now you're in lockout mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4 again, and you're going to be able to unlock it like that as well. So let's take it outside and see what it looks like in the dark.
The Sofirn If23 has a max beam distance of 247 meters or 810 feet in the 4000 lumen turbo mode. It also has a max candela of 15,275 CD and utilizes all these crazy tech specs for the LED emitters shown here on the screen now, and I couldn't find it in the manual, but I believe that it runs in the cool white spectrum somewhere in the 6000K range.
Okay guys, now we're outside with the Sofirn If23, and this is what it's going to look like in the 1 lumen mode. And it's not really doing much, so we're going to bump it up to the 100 lumen mode. We're about 40 feet away from the car in front of us there. I'm going to jump it up to the 500 lumen mode. You could really start seeing beyond that car is some trees back there. We're going to jump it up to the 1500 lumen mode. That's what 1500 lumens looks like. And now we're going to jump it up to the 4000 lumen mode, and that's what 4000 looks like from about 60 feet away from the tree line, 45, 50 feet away from that vehicle right there. Pretty decent. Like, look at that. Goes up into the trees there, and that tree right there is probably about 70 feet away right back there. Not bad at all. And now this is what the strobe looks like, and this is what the SOS looks like, and this is what the beacon looks like, and that's for the primary LED. And now I'm going to show you what the RGB looks like here. We're about 5, 6 feet away from the door in front of us.
And here I'm demonstrating what it looks like when you put the strobe on and you put it on your vehicle for an emergency light.
And now we're going to go into the 1 lumen mode here. This is the 1 lumen cob light mode. I'm going to jump it up to the 10 lumens. This is what 10 lumens looks like. I'm about 10 feet away from the camera right now. And now we're going to jump it up to the 50 lumens. This is what 50 lumens looks like from about 10 feet away. And now we're going to jump it up to the 150 lumens. This is what 150 lumens looks like. And then we're going to jump it up to the 500 lumen mode. And that's what 500 lumens looks like. And I could take this and I could stick that right there, and it lights up basically the entire garage right here.
My pros and cons are as follows. First, the pros. The if23 is versatile and has the ability to provide a primary LED for direct forward distance lighting and the ability to provide up close work lighting and some fun party RGB lighting. Not to mention my biggest selling point, which was the ability to charge your phone off of the light itself using the C-type to C-type cable that for some reason was not included with the light. Now for the cons. During my preliminary water resistant test, a little bit of water got into the light somehow, and I double checked the tail cap and the charging port to make sure that the IP68 water resistant requirements were met. Unfortunately, I believe that the water got into the light via the Cobb light diffuser panel. With that said, I did perform the drop test prior to the water resistance test, so I might have compromised the integrity of the diffuser panel. Either way, that's not really something you want to have happen to your flashlight, especially when it's drop resistant and allegedly waterproof. So I can't say for 100% sure that it will remain waterproof if you knock it around enough times due to my own personal experience. And in case you're wondering, yes, the light did glitch out after, and yes, it did regain full function once it did dry out. So with that said, the Sofirn if23 retails for $55.99 at regular price on Amazon, but right now there is a 20% off coupon on Amazon for the Amazon Prime members. But if you pick one up on the Sofirn website, you can get one for $42.99, but you have to pay for shipping. And the good news is both of these sites include a 1-year free from defects warranty. So if you do run into a little bit of a waterproofing issue or other glitch within that year, I'm sure that Sofirn will be happy to replace the light for you. Right, Sofirn? So if you're looking for a versatile light with a lot of options, good outputs, and run times with the ability to charge your phone in a pinch, then the Sofirn if23 is a decent option as long as you're not visiting the Titanic. Why did I write that? That's terrible. I'll leave a link down in the description. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more awesome EDC gear each week. This has been Prepared Guy, and until next time, stay prepared.